Welcome to the Life's Necessities and Luxuries radio show. Today, our host, Dawn Marie Mutel, your life's commodities broker, will bring you fashion, beauty tips, business acumen, teach you where to find the life's greatest necessities and the finest luxuries. Now, here's Dawn Marie.
Hey, my lifers. It's Dawn Marie, your host for today's episode of Life's Necessities and Luxuries. I hope everyone is doing great with everything going on, and back to school is up and running, and hopefully you guys are settling into the new schedules. And I know it's kind of crazy. It's still out of whack, and it's just a lot. But I am going to cover some necessities, which could also be a luxury if you depends on how you look at it. But I want you to just be able to enjoy the season of the fall. The fall season is one of the most spectacular in my eyes. You know, you have that Indian summer season that comes right in after summer, and you got those gorgeous 70, degree days, and it's clear and it's dry, no humidity, and there's a breeze, and you could walk around, and in the evenings, it's just a light sweater, and it's just wonderful, right? So really, I want you to think about how you can utilize this season to really fuel you to get you through the upcoming winter months, because those winter months are kind of bleak sometimes. It's so cold for some people somewhere you can't get outside. There's too much snow. It's dangerous. It's hazardous to drive in. It's just dangerous to walk on. I know, I've been there. I lived in New York City my whole life, and it's a lot. Winters are a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I moved south, just to get out of that weather. But one of the things I found that, when it's the fall, I always say it's like I feel like it's my new year. And so I really try to get organized. And that just means like getting rid of some extra crap that I have in my house that I don't need. It doesn't serve me, but I know it can help someone else. So I'm happy to just be able to give that away to either friends or family or someone in the neighborhood that I know. Or, sometimes I put stuff, we have a communal laundry center. I'll put stuff there and, let them have first pick at it. But staying organized is going to help you have more time. Now, it sounds kind of weird, right? Because it sounds like it's more work. Maybe in the beginning it's more work, but trust me, once you do the work, then everything else after that is just going to be super easy peasy, because now you have a place and a space for everything, right? And then, one of the things I like to do is, like, for instance, mail is one of those things that can get out of control very quickly. So I have a P.O. box. I also have my home box. I open them up. I look at it at the P.O. box. I'll go through everything, throw it out right there and then, so I don't take it home. When I bring up the mail, I look at it. If it's a bill, I open it up and I see what I owe. I put it together with all the bills that need to get paid that month. So this way it doesn't get lost in the shuffle, because, I've had bills go missing. I'm like, where the hell? And realizing that I never received it. So staying on top, like, I like to keep a list. I don't know if you have like a monthly list of all the recurring bills, the ones that that you have to pay every month. When you have them written out and the amounts, even though they may fluctuate just a little bit sometimes, like for instance, the electric bill may be higher in the summertime because you're using air conditioning and stuff like that and more fans and what have you. But you have a basic idea of what it is. Your cable bill may be the certain amount, your mortgage, your rent, what have you, right? So I like to just keep a note. It's like a long sticky note that has everything on it, that I kind of know the dates that things are due, because I have like little things that come in from time to time. And it's like, oh yeah, you don't want to forget and not have that money in the accounts, or, because it's just, you don't want to incur a $35 fee from your bank because of a stupid $5 charge that you forgot about, right? I've had that happen, and it's not fun. So keeping everything organized. So getting rid of the mail as soon as it comes in. And if you need to go to someone else, you handwrite what you need to do and you just quickly move it around. Now, another thing I used to like to do is take stuff with me to the office so that I can go to the post office at my lunch break and get stamps or whatever I needed to do to mail that sucker out and get it out the door, right? So be sure, even if you can keep a few extra stamps around, I like to buy some at the machines. I don't even go inside anymore. I just kind of, if they have the machine in the hallway, in the vestibule there, I will pick up some stamps and do my postage and drop it because I don't want to be in buildings where there's a lot of people. The next thing I think you should do for yourself, this is for yourself, okay? It's not for your family. This is for YOU. And or also known as ME, okay? Because we give up our time to everyone else to help so many people. I want this to be for you, okay? So that is to promise that you're going to give yourself some more play dates. Now, what do you mean, Dawn Marie, when you say play dates? I mean that you take yourself out to whatever it is that you want to do. Whether it's go to your favorite spot to go read a book for a little while, go for a nice long walk at your favorite place that you'd like to walk, go to the mall and go to the stores or whatever. Maybe it's just treating yourself to a trim and a haircut or, some kind of beauty treatment. But finding something to have your own play date. Now, I used to, there's this woman, her name is Julia Cameron. And she wrote the book, The Artist's Way. And it's all about, writing in your journal every day so that you're writing because she's trying to train people how to become writers. And it's a funny story, but I met this woman. She was doing a seminar in Manhattan at one of the hotels there. And I go and I get the book and I want to have it signed for my sister who turned me on to her to begin with. So I go to the restroom. And all of a sudden, she comes walking out of a stall. And I was like, oh, my God, Julia, hi. So I let her wash her hands and everything. I said, I'm sorry to interrupt you in the ladies' room, but it's so funny. Can you sign the book for me? So she does. So fast forward a couple of years later, she's back in town. My sister, Mary, who's from, she's out of state. She comes over and I'm like, hey, Julia's going to be back. I'm going to get us a couple of tickets to go. So we go. And then we go to the ladies' room, and what happens? She comes out again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are the odds that twice I'm meeting this woman in the ladies' room, right? And my sister finally gets to meet her, and I said, hey, remember the last time you signed my book in here? Well, it was for her. So it was kind of a full circle moment for me. But anyway, back to play dates. She talks about putting yourself on a play date, and that means you go explore and you go do something different for yourself. Now, maybe you love art and you love history, or maybe you just love fashion and you just want to go from store to store. Now, I'm doing this new program called Let's Shop in Your Closet. And one of the things I did the other day, I went to the International Mall here, and I know they have like the high-end stores. And I love looking at these things. Not that I can afford to buy any of them because they're always like crazy prices. For instance, I saw a nice Versace t-shirt. One was in white and one was in black. And okay, the white one had some little jewels on it, but I don't think they were real rhinestones. And real rubies and stuff like that. And I looked at the price tag and it said $755. And I thought it said $75. And then I looked again and it was $755. Now, I posed this question to you guys. Would you buy that t-shirt for $755 just because it's a Versace t-shirt? Now, me personally, I wouldn't. And if it was for charity or some good reason, some good cause, I guess, yeah, then I would do it. But just to buy a t-shirt, that's $755, which, when I first got my rent here in this apartment 9, 10, 11 years ago, it was $735. So I refuse to pay something that's going to cost me my month's rent, but that's just me. I'm very frugal. Even if I have the money, I don't think, and certain things I just won't spend the money on. So take yourself on a play date. Think about maybe it's a museum exhibit that you've been hearing about, or maybe it's just spending a day surfing the net and watching, fashion videos or how-to tutorials or whatever it might be. But take yourself on a play date at least 2 to 3 times a month, and especially during the season of fall, because you have October, you have some early November before it can get really frigid. So try to take advantage of those times. The other thing you can really enjoy the season more and have more time to yourself is if you might have heard me talk about this before, and it's about preparing your meals in advance. Now, I use crock pots all the time. I call it it's my personal chef. And, I would go to the pool and work outside and work at the pool and do some stuff that I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden I'd come home and it was like, oh, it smells so good in my apartment. And it's like, wow, my personal chef went to work for me. I love him so much. Think about using steamers and, buying pre-cut vegetables and making, creating a meal plan for the week so that you're not scurrying around. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I going to cook? And if you already cooked some of it, let's say on a Sunday morning, nice and early before the kids even get up or what have you, just to have that jump start. I find that it's really, really helpful for a couple of reasons. A, you don't have to think about it. When you get out of work and you go home, it's like, ugh, cook? Who the heck wants to do that now, right? Most of us, I'd say, not so much. And I know a lot of people don't like to cook, but I find cooking to be very, so many different things. It gives me it opens up the senses, trying different flavors and smells and aromas. And it's just a beautiful thing. I think it's very creative cooking. So I just picked up one of those Ninja Foodies. I don't know how it is. I haven't tried it yet, but I could do air frying and it's got a dehydrator in it and it can do sauteing and it can do steaming. So it can do all of these things in one pot. And I think that is like magic, right? Because who the heck wants to wash 10 pots and pans and dishes? I know I don't. I try to do one pot meals so that I'm not, using all of these different utensils and stuff. So think about it. If you don't have a crock pot, they're very inexpensive. I got the last one, I think it was like at Walmart for like $20 or something like that. Kohl's had a doorbuster one day. They were selling them for $8. I picked one up for a friend of mine. So, okay. Make your meals in advance. Trust me, it's also going to help you eat more healthy, and then you won't be famished when you get home or just go pick up some drive-through, fast food because it was easy and it was there. So think about that. And another thing is, try to rest some more. Because, when you rest, this sounds crazy, right? But when you rest more, you have more energy to do more things. Now, I remember as a really young girl, I wasn't one of those kids like I wanted to stay up like an adult. No, if I was tired, I was going to sleep. Nobody was going to tell me differently. I mean, if I was in the car, I'd be knocked out. If I was on the couch, I'd be unconscious. So I would go to sleep wherever I had to go to sleep because I found why am I going to drag myself around exhausted? I don't feel good. This was even before I got hurt with the injuries. I didn't feel good. If I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep. And I found that the more you rest, it does a couple things. I found that you're not so irritable. I'm not so irritable. People can, I won't, nitpicking and over stupid little things that you bicker about sometimes in a relationship, if I have the proper rest. So finding a way to get some extra Z's. Now that might mean having to take a soak in the evenings because, sometimes we're so keyed up from doing all day long. We can't really come down to go to sleep, right? Because then you lay in bed and everything is tossing and turning and, your mind is still reeling. So I found that trying to spend at least 30 minutes before bedtime, whether you take a warm shower with some eucalyptus and lavender oils splattered in there so that it gives you your sense so that you can inhale that while you're showering, or you take a nice soak in a bubble bath, or if you have a jacuzzi and you're lucky enough to have a jacuzzi, then soak in the jacuzzi tub. But that really makes a difference and it really will help you unwind and get ready for bed. The other thing is, turn off your electronics before you go to sleep. Now, if you have kids, obviously, and they're out of the house and you need to have your phone on, put it on, but just kind of keep it on low. Maybe put on, do not disturb on your distractions with the notifications or something like that so that you're not getting dings all day. Like right now, I'm getting a lot of dings off my phone. I'm sorry, but it's not near me and I can't quite turn it off at this second. So the other thing is, it's also can help you from gaining weight. Believe it or not, if you rest more. Because when you're less stressed, right? Because stress What happens when we stress? We create the hormone cortisol. And what does cortisol do? It inflames us. It makes us heavier. It blows us up, right? So if you stay more peaceful and you get more rest and you get less stress, then you may actually start to see that you're losing some weight. The other thing I would like for you to do is to do some more DIY projects. So do some more arts and crafts. There might have been a hobby that you really, really loved doing when you were a little girl or a little boy, and you stopped doing it for some reason or another. Maybe you thought, grown-ups don't play with this thing or whatever it was. But I'm here to say that's a load of crapola. So if you loved playing with, your baseball cards, or you liked playing with your Barbie dolls, who knows? Maybe you'll create a new line of clothing for them, I used to make Barbie doll clothes for my dolls out of pillowcases. I would take pillowcases and then I would cut them out and sew them by hand. And then do a little sheet dress or a little this or a little that. And it was fun, and I'm just, I guess that's why I got into designing clothes and accessories as an adult. So do those things and you'll feel like you are at peace. You are in bliss. You are feeling really happy because you're doing something that you have such a passion for. And there's nothing like doing your passion. Now, I'm not saying you're going to start a business or a job with it, but you know what? Maybe your hobby turns into a jobby, as my friend Hilda would say. So think about those. Maybe it's something you haven't done in 25, 30 years. That's okay. I'm sure you'll be a little rusty at it when you first start, but you know what? You'll be fine once you start doing it, consistently again, and you'll realize you can surpass your skill level and grow. And who knows, maybe it will become that part-time business or a full-time business. Number 7, I believe if we dress up more, we'll feel better. I know for myself after, the accidents and feeling really, really horrible, or if I lost a job or I lost a parent and I was really down in the dumps, I couldn't care less about what I was putting on my back. But I still had to go to work every day. I still had to present myself to the world. And I knew I couldn't afford to just not care because it would affect my career. It would affect my job. It would affect everything. So I would just continue to dress up and look for more ways to dress up and put on makeup and, wear my hats or fix my hair or whatever it was. And the more I did it, the better I felt. And it made me realize there is a psychology to this. And I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up your booty. Okay, I'm talking about the real deal here. Putting on something nice will make you feel nice. Did you ever go into a store and you're feeling really down, you try on something really pretty and you put it on and it just lights you up and you're like, ooh, you look nice, you feel good. It's like, oh, it puts you in a better light. And sometimes we lose our enthusiasm, we may not feel so sexy and glamorous and all that stuff. You've got 4 kids, 5 kids, or you may just be, without child and still feel these feelings, because life can beat us up for sure. So, that's the reason why I created this program called Let's Shop in Your Closet. And I feel like, I, as an image consultant and fashion stylist, one of the things they taught us in school was to not only find the right color palette for that skin tone and temperature, but you also need to know so many different things. Now, you may think, yeah, right, you just look at the rack. If you like it, you put it on. No, there's a lot of science involved in making somebody look their best. Everybody has a different body type, which calls for different silhouette clothing styles. Not everybody can wear the same thing. You ever see those shows where they say, who wore it better? And they'll show celebrities wearing the same dress or the same outfit. And, one always looks better than the other for some reason. And you think, why? But it could be, they shouldn't have been in that particular silhouette or style of clothing, and then maybe they should have been in something else, which would have made them look even better. But I teach all of that so that every time you go shopping, you'll know exactly what to look for. And I teach you how to declutter your closet so that you don't have a closet full of clothes that you cannot wear. When you go in there, you'll love everything you have. And if you may have to buy a few additional pieces, that's cool because you know what? Nobody has the, complete closet that they start out with. You have to build it sometimes. But I also teach how to do a capsule wardrobe, which is where I take 10 or 12 items of clothing and you can make 30 outfits out of it. I dare you to just take a week, add some nice clothes, put on a little bit of makeup every day. It doesn't have to be, full face of makeup, just something simple. It could be mascara, a light eyeshadow, some blush, and maybe just a tinted moisturizer underneath. And make sure you use your sunscreen, right? Adding sunscreen on your face will also give you some moisture, which is nice, so that if you have dry skin, it'll give you a glow. And start stepping it up just a little bit and see, do you start getting more compliments from the people you work with? Does your family start saying, hey, Mom, you look nice? Or I really think that looks great on you. Or what did you do? Something looks different. And you're going to start to see and feel the difference and realize, oh, there really is a psychology here to dressing. And it's not just about dressing up just for the sake of it. Okay. So just try it out for 1 week, for 7 days, and let me know what you think. All right. So if you're interested in this program, just go over to letsshopinyourcloset.com. That's letsshopinyourcloset.com, and you will get all the information there. And I'm really excited about it because it's my first image consulting program that I've done. I've done other programs, but this is all about the style and fashion and how do you find your unique personal fashion style, because we all have a unique imprint, right? Because we're all different. You've probably heard me say, we're all like the snowflake. We're all different. And that goes for our clothing as well. So one of the things I love teaching in this class is the 7 fashion styles and how to find them. And I break down each style, what it consists of, from, hair, makeup choices, clothing, you name it, all the way down to the shoes and handbags and accessories. But then you get to make your own. And I have a few quizzes in there as well so that you can really learn more about yourself and what you like and what you dislike. Because sometimes we don't even take the time to know these things. And you know what? When you get to know yourself and you get to know your style, you kind of start to feel like you can live in your own skin. Growing up as a teenager, I try to emulate a few of the society women who I was coming across at the health club that I grew up in, so trying to wear nicer clothes and trying to feel like this sense of like beauty and luxury because, I couldn't afford to do these things, but I could find the same trend in a store like a Strawberry or a papaya store, that where it's more affordable. You can grab something for $20 and still have it look like it was $1,000. So I also teach you how to find the best deals on clothing. I go through the nuts and bolts on this class so that you really get a deep dive into your world of fashion so that you will always look your best every time you get dressed every day. There's a lot involved. So check it out. Go to letsshopinyourcloset.com and sign up because you know what? It's very affordable. I usually charge $497 for this class, but I'm only going to be charging $97. And that's over an 88% discount. So trust me, you're going to get so much information out of this class that you're going to be like, wow, I never knew this. Like, why didn't I know on any of this information? And this is stuff that I learned in school at FIT, at the Fashion Institute of Technology. And I'm going to share a lot of these tips with you, and they're really going to make a difference in how you look. And when you shop, you'll know what colors to look for when you do your shopping. You're not going to buy stuff on sale anymore because it doesn't fit your lifestyle. It doesn't fit your body type. It doesn't work for you. So you're going to stop buying pieces that sit in the closet with the tags sitting there. Now I'll show you the things you can buy that you will buy, and you'll find them on a really good price, and you'll have your working wardrobe so that now when you look in your closet and you're going to be like, oh, I love everything and I want to wear it all today, but I know I can't. And you'll just pick your favorite outfit, how you feel that day. All right, my lifers, that's all I'm going to leave you with today. Remember, if you like these tips, you will love the 151 Secrets to Master This Thing Called Life book. That is at 151secrets.com. Remember, you don't just have the book, you also get the music videos that go with the songs titles that were inspired in the book, as well as a shopping guide and a journal that you can write down your answers to the action steps in the book. And you also have a community of people at Facebook to join and we can all go through this life together because life is pretty crazy and we all need to stand firm and strong. And I think if we all do it together, we can get through this. That is all I'm going to leave you with. Remember to live happily, lovingly, peacefully, successfully, necessarily, and luxuriously. Until the next time.
If you like what you hear, tell someone. If you like what you hear, be a dear and pass it on. Don't forget to stop at our website, www.lifesnecessitiesandluxuries.com, for more tips, tricks, tutorials to live a very necessary and luxurious life.